Ever spend hours on a piece of content? You hit publish, you're super proud, and then crickets? Yeah, we've all been there. It's frustrating, but today we're gonna fix that. We're diving deep into the art of the hook. You know, that little secret weapon that stops the scroll dead in its tracks. Why do people just scroll right past your stuff? You've poured your heart and soul into it, and poof, they're gone. Well, it almost always comes down to those first critical 3 seconds. Seriously, if you don't hook them right at the beginning, you've lost them. That's it. Game over. And that's exactly why the hook is so incredibly important. A killer hook will not save weak content. I'm going to say that again. A great hook cannot save bad content. You have to improve the content itself first. The hook's job is to get people in the door, but it's the quality of what's inside that's going to make them stick around. All right, let's dive into our first category. These are hooks that go straight for the jugular. They address a specific problem, and let me tell you, these are so powerful because they tap right into your audience's brain. They appeal to that logical side that's always looking to solve a puzzle or, just avoid a headache. When you use these, you're immediately positioning yourself as the person with the answers. Okay, here's a classic for you, the number one mistake. We've all seen this one, right? And it works. By pointing out a super common mistake, you instantly become the expert in the room. People can't help themselves. They have to know if they're the ones making that mistake. And they'll stick around because they trust you're the one who can help them fix it. So think about it. You could say, the number one mistake every traveler makes when booking a ticket. Boom. Anyone planning a trip is going to stop and listen. Or the number one mistake every ambitious entrepreneur makes when launching a new project. It's so direct and it just screams, hey, I have valuable information for you. Now this one is about as direct as it gets. Watch this video if you. It's basically a deal you're making with your viewer. You're saying, hey, you have this specific problem. I have the specific solution right here in this content. It's super effective because there's no mystery. It's a clear promise, and it shows you respect their time. So whether you're promising to help someone book a flight for the lowest cost or finally get rid of their acne, you're tapping into a real pain point. And when you do that, you're not just some random person making content. Nope, you're providing a genuinely valuable service. Okay, moving on to our next set of hooks. These are my favorite because they're all about sparking curiosity. The way they work is by creating something psychologists call an information gap. Basically, you dangle a little bit of a mystery in front of people, and our brains are just hardwired to want to close that gap. We have to know the answer. Check this one out. The strategy that experts don't tell you. Ooh, sneaky. This hook is all about promising insider info. It makes your audience feel like they're about to be let in on a secret, something the gatekeepers are trying to hide. And that feeling of exclusivity, it instantly makes your content seem way more valuable. So it could be for anything, right? The secret technique fitness trainers don't tell you, or the strategy professional travelers don't tell you. The promise is the same, no matter the topic. You are about to get ahead of the curve. This isn't just another list of tips. You're getting the secrets. Oh, I love this one. It's a guaranteed engagement booster. Just start with an unpopular opinion. The second you say that, you're telling people you're about to stir the pot a little. You're challenging the status quo. And people will stop scrolling to see what you have to say, either to agree with you and feel validated or to passionately disagree in the comments. Either way, they're watching and they're engaging. Think about it. Unpopular opinion. Traditional education is not the best way to foster creativity, or expensive travel ruins the fun of the experience. Wow, these are so provocative, right? They make you think, and you're basically rolling out the red carpet for people to jump into your comments and share their opinion, which is just fantastic for getting your content seen. All right, our last category of hooks is maybe the most powerful of all. This is all about building a real human connection. We're moving past just logic and curiosity now. These hooks tap directly into emotion and empathy, and they make your audience feel like you really see them and get what they're going through. This might sound almost too simple, but trust me on this. One of the most powerful words you can use is you. Just using the word you instantly changes everything. It's no longer a broadcast to a faceless crowd. Suddenly, it's a one-on-one conversation. The person watching feels like you are talking directly to them about their life. Listen to the difference. You are capable of transforming your financial life, or you can make money from your phone. See how personal that is? How empowering that feels? It's not some vague, abstract advice. It's a direct message of hope.
aimed right at the individual. And that builds a connection, fast. Now, this next one takes some guts, but it's so worth it. It's all about the power of vulnerability. When you start with "I lost" and share a personal struggle or a failure, you instantly become more human, more relatable. It pulls you off that expert pedestal and shows you're a real person who's been through it. And you know what that builds? A massive amount of trust.
And what makes these stories so great is that they're not just about the loss, right? They're about the lesson you learned from the loss. I lost my job, but it led me to my true passion. Or I lost $500 in France and here's what I learned. You're not just sharing a mistake, you're sharing the wisdom you gained on the other side. And that is incredibly valuable to people. So, there you have it. We've looked at hooks that solve problems, hooks that make people curious, and hooks that build real connections. The big takeaway here is that there's no one-size-fits-all hook. The real trick is to think about the emotion you want your audience to feel and then pick the right tool for the job. So now the ball is in your court. I want you to think about the very next piece of content you're going to create. Just picture it in your head. Now look back at all these different phrases we've talked about. Which one feels right? Which one is going to grab your audience? Because listening to this is one thing, but the only way you're going to master this is by actually doing it. So which catchy phrase will you use first?